Welcome to the daily crypto market review. Starting off with Bitcoin. Yesterday we saw a rally in Bitcoin price. However, we were expecting that the Bitcoin will be rejecting from these trend lines raw, but still we saw a quite decent increase in volume for just one of the candle. However, we quickly established that this is not a real pump, as most of the time, as in the last weeks we also observed that Bitcoin performed a bull trap and a very good bull trap. Most of the people were expecting that now we'll be moving from this point here. However, Bitcoin did a very sharp return from this point and then dumped back into the channel. That is exactly what I'm expecting. So I'll be discussing with you why I'm expecting this to happen back again, and it can be a good short entry if you are a good trader and knows how to use stop losses. First of all, looking at the very basic thing, starting with the simplest thing, that is the volume. We saw in the last week's pump the volume was higher as compared to the volume in the pump right now. Volume is very important because it shows that how much demand was on the exchanges and how much was the exchanges demand fulfilled for the Bitcoin. Right now we see that the demand was low, as well as the trades that were executed were less, which pumped the price. However, not many Bitcoins participated, or numbers of token participated in the pump of the price. As soon as the market opens on Monday and the stock market shows a reaction to this upside, we can observe that Bitcoin will dump if the stock market dumps. Or even if the stock market pumps, Bitcoin can also dump because of the CME gaps created by this artificial pump on the weekend. Another thing I'd like to add on the artificial pump side, that we can see that we have been hovering in this channel for quite a while, but now Bitcoin didn't do anything on the weekdays which it should have to break this channel, but right now it has been performing fake outs all on the weekends. However, I still expect an upside to the target area of the CME gap, that is around $35,000, and we may reach within a week or so to this area. However, our major target remain for the bear market around 23,000 to 21,000. Another important thing I'd like to point out is that people get very bullish as soon as the Bitcoin pumps by 1,000 or $2,000. These kind of people are the most likely who can easily lose money, and that is why I always say that be cautious unless you see quite high volume in the market, not only crypto market but also in stocks and other market, and look for the news by to what market is reacting. If the news is fundamentally relatively high, such as the Bitcoin halving news, that would be a very good event for the Bitcoin demand to increase as the supply is going down. Similarly, there are many other good news. For example, right now an important news is that federal government is increasing the interest rates by half basis points per month. So if that doesn't follow any single of the month and the Fed government says that we will be giving relaxation to protect the investor community for this month, then that would be a huge news, and we can see Bitcoin or even the stocks going upside for a temporary relief. However, we are still in bear market as discussed multiple times in multiple updates, since we are under 100 moving average on the weekly time frame. We can also observe Bitcoin breaking from the strong mark resistance already in the chart, that is 31,770. I already informed my Twitter community that there is a huge sell order in the price range of $32,000. If you can see, there is a sell order of 22,000 Bitcoins only on Binance. There are hundreds of other exchanges, Bybit, BitMEX, Coinbase and others. However, this data is accumulative for the Binance exchange only. We can see this data on other exchanges or even use heat maps that are provided by various websites. But this shows that most of the major investors, anyone having 2000 plus Bitcoin, must be selling by doing some of the research, mostly professional and seasonal traders or some whales, which are not only present on Binance but they are spread across various exchanges. So that shows that Bitcoin has a huge resistance at $32,000 as of right now, and we can see Bitcoin reacting strongly from 31,773. Unless we close a candle above this resistance, we are not sure that we will be going to 35,000 temporarily. However, even after going to 35,000, my main target area would be this channel, and then going down back to the target area, which still stays for time being the area of interest for me at least. A very important event occurred today which I was expecting to happen from months or even weeks. That is Bitcoin dominance increased from 46.9%. Previously it was trying to break out, but it didn't. But it always closed below 46.9%. However, we broke out today. Extremely bullish for Bitcoin price, however deadly for altcoins. We have been seeing altcoins bouncing in the past few hours or even days. However, this simple single matrix is enough to show that the Bitcoin dominance will be continuing upward, which will provide strength to the Bitcoin price upside. And that is exactly what I wanted to see to further reinforce the concept of Bitcoin dominating the market and the investor gaining confidence for the Bitcoin's price to go upside. When the investor comes to Bitcoin, then we would see a rally in Bitcoin, which would be followed by Ethereum. However, when these two giants start to rally, then altcoins will start to gain momentum as well. As soon as Bitcoin blows off top and reach its new all-time high, which would obviously I expect to occur in coming years, not even months, but coming years. So the major start of that thing would be from this matrix that Bitcoin dominance increases in the market. I even expect this dominance to go to 50%, which would further strengthen the concept that Bitcoin dominance has to increase and altcoins will continue to bleed as the cash flow occurs from altcoins to Bitcoin. And that would be strengthening like the backbone of the crypto market. And that is exactly what we all want to see. For the long term, it is a good thing as it also ensures that altcoin will be going up in the long term. However, right now we need Bitcoin's price to go up, but that is only right now a short term indication. We need this domination to go even above 50% to strengthen the crypto market sentiments as well as the Bitcoin's price action. Moving on towards Ethereum to Bitcoin chart, we have been seeing this chart for a while and I also draw the most possible scenario for Ethereum's price action. Right now we have been seeing Ethereum sideways motion and no breakout above or below this trend line. Still, I expect Ethereum to perform quite retest of this resistance before going down further, as we have been seeing Bitcoin dominance to go up and this chart performs inverse of the Bitcoin dominance. That is an obvious thing. As Bitcoin's dominance increases, Ethereum continues to bleed as well as the other altcoins. Please note that this is a daily time frame chart. If we see 4-hour chart, then we would see a clearer picture that how fast Ethereum is bleeding against Bitcoin dominance increasing. Moving on towards stock exchange, today US stock exchanges opened and we can see the stocks opened at the resistance. Our resistance for SPX was around 4178 and Dow Jones as well as Nasdaq. All the stocks opened at their resistances. They performed a fake out and then started to move downwards. Nevertheless, we are seeing Dow Jones to lead the stock market right now. Dow Jones can also be performing a fake out in the initial phase of the opening of the market, as we see that the market was opened around 30,125 and then it moved up and then it moved down as the market proceeds. Another important metrics I have to see that today we saw the dollar currency index bleeding. However, as soon as the stock market opened, and what I expected is happening right now, that people are still selling their shares of the big companies including S&P 500, Nasdaq and the tech stocks, and they are switching their gears towards buying US dollar, which is showing us the rally in the United States dollar. And this is my drawn trend line, which I expect it would continue to go upwards. As soon as this go upwards, Bitcoin and other stocks will continue to crash. And this is very fundamental thing, as we are in quantitative tightening phase of the Federal Reserve government, and now they are actively searching for more ways to strengthen the economy. So that is what I feel that it will continue for a few months at least. Another thing I have to share is a signal for Solana. Solana has been bullish for quite a while right now. I am expecting, as well as other altcoins, since Solana broke its May low or even this yearly low, we were seeing very much weak price action in Solana, and on top of that we got a DDoS attack on the network and the network was halted for another day. So that is why the investor sentiments were not very bullish or even extremely bearish. They were towards Solana, and we saw a massive sell off over the past week. In previous days, we saw Solana doing a bullish price action, and today it break its price of 44, nearly $45 in some pairs. However, as soon as the Bitcoin dominance started to increase on the 4 hour or even daily time frame, we saw Solana bleeding. Now Solana is on its Fibonacci level of 0.236, and I expect to take a short position as soon as this 4-hour candle closes below this 0.236 Fibonacci retracement level. So I'll start to take my short position if Solana closes its 4-hour time frame below the price of 42.58 or even $42.6. I'll start to build my short position. My stop loss would be the next Fibonacci retracement level of $45.78. That is a very high stop loss. You can use the stop loss of this point as well, approximately $44.6. However, I don't recommend you to go all in of your portfolio at this point. Obviously, you have to start building your short from this point, that is approximately $42.6, then $42.2, then $42, and then so on. We'll DCA all towards $41. And then my target lines for Solana are $39.5, $39, and $38.3. However, I'll start to put stop losses as Solana's candle goes below these lines, at these lines, so that even if Solana performs a bullish momentum for time being, then my stop loss will hit and the profits would be secured. I always recommend you to use moving stop losses on the signals I provide. Moving on towards the hourly chart for Solana and seeing the metrics. The metrics show that on RSI level, we were highly overbought today, and now we are returning to the normal levels, and then we are expecting to go to the oversold levels back again, as considering Bitcoin dominance to continue to increase upside. The MACD also shows that we are switching towards the bearish divergence. Moving on towards some important news. Shiba Inu's anonymous developer Reishi quits crypto world. However, this was not the best time to quit their token. Although Reishi mentioned on multiple occasions that he was not a very important developer or the key personality in the roadmap for Shiba Inu token, or you can say the Dogecoin killer. However, we still want to see or expect the community for the Shiba Inu to support their token, as they still have a lot of things to do in their roadmap, including their metaverse and other things to come. Another important news, we came to know that Coinbase recently hired some employees. However, now they are inclined towards halting their hire. Even they may have to fire the newly hired employees. So that is what we can expect in a winter market for stocks, not only a crypto winter. We also got to know that Elon Musk has been firing approximately 10% of the Tesla's employees, or at least he proposed. Our today's winner for price upside are Helium, Loopring, Rune, CRB, XCC, Neo, Theta, and Solana. However, if we see on the early time frame, they all are starting to bleed, especially Solana. If you find this update useful, please hit the like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.